WKBN's coverage of high school football continues in Western Pennsylvania. Today we're chatting with Wilmington's Brandon Fillion. Coach, back at it again. How excited are you after last year's district crown and with the amount of experience you and your staff have coming back this year?
Well, Vince, first of all, it's an honor to talk to you today. We certainly appreciate this opportunity and all of the great coverage that WKBN provides to our team and our community throughout the season. But yeah, as you alluded to, I think that there's a lot of excitement in our school and in our community for the 2025 high school football season. As you noted, we bring back a wealth of experience. As the old adage goes, there's no substitute for experience. So we're very excited about that. The guys are working hard, though. It's not that they feel that, okay, hey, we are an experienced bunch, so we're going to kind of rest on our laurels and take it easy this summer. I think, in fact, it's been quite the opposite. I think that it's motivated them and it's made them press on and work even harder. I'm very happy with the attitude and effort that I'm seeing this summer and that the coaching staff is seeing this summer. So, as you said, there's definitely a lot of excitement. Very, very much looking forward to the 2025 campaign.
Everyone's back on offense. What type of progression do you expect from them?
Well, I think that, whenever you look at our system, of course, we run the wing T offense, and we've got 5 senior linemen this year, all guys who are returning starters. So I think specific to the wing T offense and probably all offenses for that matter, but cohesion and continuity along the offensive line is critical. So to have 5 seniors, 5 guys who played together last year, it's kind of like, the left hand knows what the right is doing. The different looks and schemes defensively, these guys are able to seamlessly communicate that because of that experience and that continuity together. So I think that, when you look at that, we expect that, the offensive line will be very seasoned. They've worked very hard this offseason in the weight room. So I think it starts up front and then, in the backfield as well. Everybody's a year older. I think, when you look, our 2 leading rushers, last season were Chase Mitchell-Tree and Jamison Miller. And I think that, we'll expect those guys to take even another step forward this year. The experience of running the plays and understanding, what the different fronts, from the defense mean, not to mention a year stronger and a year faster. So, yeah, we're very enthusiastic and optimistic.
That Greyhound defense appears to be ready to roll this year. How do you view that grouping with, again, all 11 starters back in the fold?
Well, as you hit the nail on the head, Vince, having 11 starters back on the defensive side of the ball is huge. I think that so much of defense is pre-snap and post-snap communication. That communication takes time to develop. The fact that these guys did it together as a unit a year ago, when you start the summer, you're not really starting from square one anymore. You're certainly going to go through and review things, but they're a lot further ahead than square one. So that allows you to take what you've done, drill down deeper in it, progress, add some things with a veteran defense that maybe you wouldn't be able to do with an inexperienced defense. So we're very excited. We think that the guys will do a great job. I think that the communication will be big, but at the end of the day, on either side of the ball, it always comes back to the fundamentals. We can get as creative as we want on either side of the ball, but if you don't tackle well and you don't block well and you don't do those fundamental things, at the end of the day, none of the creativity really matters. So it is a veteran group, but yet we still focus and emphasize the techniques and the fundamentals.
From your perspective, Coach, how does the region stack up this year?
Well, there's no doubt it's a very tough, very competitive region. I don't think there's any game in the region that you go into and you say that, oh, this is an easy game or this game's going to be a cakewalk. I think that you've got veteran coaches who are very experienced, who are seasoned. You've got veteran teams coming back, so it's a region that anytime you look at that asterisk on the schedule that denotes a region game, you better be on top of it and you better bring your A game that week, because if not, you'll be on the wrong end of the scoreboard come Friday night.
This year's schedule has a pair of new opponents, Grand Valley and Berlin Brothers Valley. How do you view those two? Grand Valley last year had a down year, but this year they seem to be improved. And Berlin's Brothers Valley, they're always in the thick of things.
Yeah, as you said, with Grand Valley, it seems like they bring back a number of pieces from their team a year ago. So it's certainly a team that will be more experienced and more veteran than they were the prior season. They're a team that, definitely very, very new to us from Ohio. So, we'll look to learn a little bit more, as we exchange film and as we, move through the early parts of the season. Berlin Brothers Valley, that's a team and a program that's no stranger to us. It's a team that we have a ton of respect for. If you go back to 2018, 2019, 2020, when we were fortunate enough, to be in the state playoffs, we played Chestnut Ridge in the state tournament those years, but they had some great battles along the way with Berlin Brothers Valley. So it's a program that has a lot of tradition. It's one that we are a little bit more familiar with than with Grand Valley, just because a lot of times it came down to, all right, who was going to be the winner of Chestnut Ridge and Berlin Brothers Valley. So we would have that scout film. So it's a very storied program with a rich tradition. So we look forward to, having a great competition and a great game that week.
From now up until the third week of August, when things start to get real, when the season begins, what do you hope to see your team accomplish from now up until then?
What we're looking for is, we want to stay focused on our vision, not any of the circumstances, but rather that vision. And part of that vision is that, we want to grow and we want to get better every day. So every day that we're together as a team, whether, we're on the field practicing, whether we're in the weight room together, it's an opportunity for growth. So we need to win each and every one of those days. We need to continue to grow. We need to continue to get better. So what we're looking for is, continuous improvement, each and every single day, focusing on the techniques, focusing on the fundamentals, focusing on, refining some of the scheme that would be reviewed from last year, but also, doing a great job with some of the new scheme that we're looking to implement this season.